It's New Things Day, a day late, dollar short. Nope, doesn't apply here. Comics, books, and one special thing, very first, that I want to show. Over this past weekend, somebody who is extremely important in my life, somebody who means a lot to me, one of my dearest friends, one of my best friends, Stick, got married to his lovely bride, Karla. I wish them nothing but the best. I love them both endlessly. But and I was a groomsman, obviously, and our groomsmen gifts were these whiskey glasses, and they are, I don't know if you can see it, they are etched, I guess you could say, and it has my name on it there, and then it says best co-host, and that is for our podcast, the Earbones podcast. We haven't recorded in some months. We're kind of on a hiatus. Life got in the way. Like I said, he got engaged, he was planning a wedding, he was buying a house, but looking to get back up to starting record here soon. So that's going to happen. But best co-host, and then the date here. This almost made me cry. I loved this. This touched my heart away. I didn't know something like this could. And I need to say thank you, Stick, for allowing me to be part of your day and allowing me to be in your life. That being said, now that that sentimental moment is out of the way, let's talk comics, right? Because no emotions are involved in comics, ever. First up, there is some emotion in this, mostly anger. This is Deadpool number 21, with a cover price of $9.99, which, I don't know, apparently there's a 60-page Shakespeare poll story or something along those lines. I have no doubt I'm going to enjoy it. I know I will. But the $9.99 price tag bothers me. I don't know. We'll see. I feel it unnecessary, yet every time they do it, it sells. So they might just keep doing it. I don't know. I wish it wasn't the core series. Maybe I wish it was a special. They could just sell it as a special, but then it wouldn't sell as much, I guess. I don't know. Next up, this is Punisher Annual number 1 with a great cover. I got the variant cover here, and I have to say I love this cover. Halloween, Frank Castle. That's gym goals right there, guys. Look at that. That is gym goals. Do your bicep curls, get your triceps worked in. With pumpkins. That pumpkin's probably full of lead. And because it's Punisher, I mean bullets. 7 to Eternity, number 2. I like the world that this book opened up. I'm excited to see where it goes. And the creative team, I'm with them for the long run, so I will not jump off this book. I'm sold on the Remender and Opeña book. I don't care if they start putting out a book, the same book that has 13 blank pages and then 3 panels. I'll still be on it because I trust them. Is that too much trust? It might be, but what happens? Next up, and very bittersweet issue here, Vision 12. I haven't read it yet, but I've heard good things about how it ended. I've absolutely loved this series. This series not only made me, I can't say re-fall in love because I never lost my love, but it made me see Vision in a different light. That gives him another kind of angle that I could see him at. That, although we saw kind of the same angle in the Vision and Scarlet Witch maxi series, the mini and the maxi series, but it also made me fall in love with Tom King. I respect everything Tom King does, and between Tom King and Ben Affleck, they are the two only reasons I'm currently reading Batman and Detective Comics. So that's something. Next up, Blue Beetle number 2. This book needs more Ted Cord, and if it doesn't have it, I'm gonna have to bail. Although I was iffy about getting this, and I flipped through and I said, you know what? I did kind of like the last one. I don't want this to be one of those books like Silk, though. No, actually, I would like it to be like Silk, where I don't expect it. I'm never thinking about how good it is and that it is good, because I would love for this book to be good. But we'll see. I need more Ted Cord. All new, all different Avengers 15. Civil War 2 tie-in. Is this the last issue? Is this book ending? I don't want to really look at the... I believe this is the last issue. Just because the last page here says, the story continues in Champions 1 and Avengers 1. I don't know if I talked about it. I read Champions 1 when I was working at the shop the other day, and I thought it was very well done. I thought that it wasn't... I thought the way the Champions was going to be presented was in a way that was forced. But actually, if you've been reading All New, All Different, the kids have always been at odds with kind of the adults in the team, so it actually makes sense. And I thought Champions was very well done. I thought it was well written. I enjoyed it. I'm not a huge Ramos art fan, but I thought the book was good. Next up, and oh boy, do I love this book. Man, I can. When this book got pulled out of the box at the shop, I was so excited because there's not a book in comics right now that I wanted to read more than this book. This is Jughead number 10, and it is the Paul Renaud cover. I'm so excited about this. I did a whole video on Jughead 9. I predicted this will be just as important. I love the new Archieverse. I love this book. The past 2 issues of Jughead is destroyed. That's not saying anything about the previous 8 issues of Jughead, because I loved those too. But 9 was incredible. I predict 10 to be just as good. I'm super excited about this book. I love the new Archieverse, and I love Jughead. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. 10. I love this cover. How is this book still coming out? Who is reading this book other than me? I've never seen anybody. I've never talked to anybody that's reading this book other than me. I'd be interested to know how they feel about it, because I really enjoy it. I enjoy the story that's being told in here. And if you're not reading this because you're worried that maybe you don't like the show, there's things in this book that would never happen in the show. Characters seem out of character compared to the show, and it's not following any kind of show storyline at all. So if that's your worry, don't. Just get into it. Get involved. If you're interested in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but you like the characters, but you didn't like the show, or the show went off track for you, that's the book you need to get on. Detective 943, the aforementioned Detective 943. What's going on in here? Oh, the Victim Syndicate, Part 1. Know nothing about that. We'll see how it goes. A book that may be on the chopping block. American Monster number 5. I jumped on it because I thought Azzarello was going to wow me. He really didn't. The art takes me away from it a bit too. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. This will be the last issue. If I dislike this issue, then it's gone. If I like this issue, it'll stay. So this is the deciding factor. All the other ones were kind of just right in the middle for me. Kind of right in the median, just riding along. If this one is still in the median, it has to be gone. I can't keep this book on my pull and it not be something I really even want to read. But speaking of things I do want to read, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 8. Here it is. Love this title. Pure nostalgia. If you were a fan of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and you're not on this book, you're making a life mistake, and you should probably correct it, because this book is phenomenal. It's pure nostalgia. It's pure action. It's pure greatness. And there's the characters are in here. The characters you fell in love with season 1. I know I named my first dog KT for Kimberly Trini because I didn't know which one to name her. I didn't want to pick one. So we called her Kimberly Trini because I didn't want to make that decision. Wonder Woman number 9. Which story is this going on in here? Not the other one. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I feel like I just finished 8, which I guess I did. It was 2 weeks ago. But I'm liking the series. The art really pulls through in this. I love the art in this book, which I think a lot of people do. It might be a general consensus. Civil War 2 number 6. I may have lost interest just because I don't remember what happened in 5. 5 came out, what, late 2013? Because I feel like I haven't read one in forever. We'll see. I hate that it's $4.99 and it comes out sporadically. It's probably not sporadic. It probably comes out like every 2 months. But I hate that it comes out when I forget what happened in the last issue. I never thought I'd trade weight an event. I feel like I'm trade weight in every issue. Lastly, Action Comics 966. Lois Lane back at the planet storyline. Love this cover. Fan of that cover. Soups being soups. Okay, a few books, then I'm going to get out of your hair and go take care of some business. First up, Fred Astaire, Putting on His Top Hat Just for You, a biography by Bill Adler. Hardback. Dust jacket's in decent condition, a little rip on the back. Published by Carolyn Graff. I'm going to guess on Fred Astaire, 1985. I'm going to go 85. What's this? Oh boy. May have been a card for a church. May have just gotten tossed. I guessed, what, 86? 88? What did I guess? 85? It wasn't 87, but this is 1987. It was the first Carol and Graph edition, 1987. I like biographies. I like biographies of people that I know their name, but I don't know too much about them because it opens up a whole world. I learned so much. Next up, Jury, a novel by Milton R. Bass. Hardback. Some serious yellowing on the dust jacket here, but just on the spine and the edge. It's weird. The center of the cover is still fairly white, but this is very yellowed. And then, what am I doing? Then this is very yellow too. It's interesting. I guess on this, Putnam Publishing, I'm going to guess right around the same time. I'm going to guess 86. I think it's earlier. I think it's way earlier than that. Oh, yeah. Wow, that's really bad. This is 1969. My brother up top. 69. I hate it. Jury, Milton R. Bass. Next up, and we have oh boy, the year's right on there. Patty Clark's Ha Ha Ha. Nope. Patty Clark Ha 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 is the name of the book by Roddy Doyle. And I'm going to guess that it was a 93 publishing because it won the Booker Prize in 93. Although this, I don't know, it seems a little modern for a 93 book. Does it not? Maybe it's just me. I'm guessing it's a reprint. That's what it is. They republished it. It's a republishing. So I'm going to guess this one is from 90. Nope, wrong. 98. I'm going to say this one was published. If it's 93, I'm going to punch somebody. And I'm the only one here. This is published. North of Montana, a novel. It's 93. North of Montana, a novel by April Smith. Hardback, library bound, glossy. Love the library bound. You know that. Published by Alfred A. Knopf. I don't know. That's Silent K. The Silent Killer. I'm going to guess on this one. They seem to be in the same. Well, other than that 69 piece, they seem to be all in the same area in this one. I'm going to go 92 on North of Montana by April Smith. And it was copyright 94. We're back in business. Back in business with North of Montana. Next up, Midnight Movies, a novel by David A. Kalfelt. And he may or may not be a doctor that is also a male escort. That's what that picture is telling me. Published by Delacorte Press. Hardback. Dust jacket is a little dusty. That's what it's for. The common perception is that dust jackets are to prevent books from being dusty. The truth is that they are just jackets made of dust. They are just entirely made up of dust. If you're allergic to dust, you probably should never read a book because you will be sneezing. Cover price on this, which I haven't checked on any of the other books. What is this game? Why have I failed my own game? Cover price on this is $9.95. I'm going to guess 1995. Right in the middle. Right square in the middle. Mid-90s. Published, wow, way off. 15 years off. 1980 was this. First printing. Should have guessed by that cover. How awful is that graphic design? Then again, the dude's too busy curing lupus and pounding lonely women. Two left. First up is The Psychology of Abnormal People. That's the name of the book. A little bit of a spine tear here. Not very connected. The Psychology of Abnormal People with Educational Applications by John J.B. Morgan, Ph.D., Professor of Psychology, Northwestern University. This is a second edition, and I don't know. I don't have a clue. I'm going to say it has to be late 60s, early 70s. I'm going to go 72 to be on the safe side, but I think it might be earlier. I think it might be 60s. And wow. This is the reprinted, revised, and rewritten edition. November 1946. So, Abnormal Psychology from 1946. Interested. Color me interested. My problem with these books, though, is these aren't books that I can sit down and read straight through. These are books that I have to kind of just dabble in every once in a while because they are dense and usually boring. Last but not least, or maybe least, haven't read it yet, we have Thorpe, A Story of Innocence and Terror, as memorable as To Kill a Mockingbird, novel by Mary Dutton. So they didn't even care. They just said we are as memorable as To Kill a Mockingbird. They are not hiding anything, not shying away from anything. So Thorpe, this is hardback. Dust Jacket's very paper-like, if you will. Kind of a cheaper paper than is used. So I'm going to guess that this is a book club edition. I'm going to say this is a 60s, early 60s. I'm going to say this is 62 on Thorpe. Let's see what we got. It is 1967, few years off, still counts as a win. Thank you for that. Hold up the comics, time to salute. This is just an inner monologue trying to get through this. Jughead goes in the front because it's the most important book of the time. Shout out to Ryan North and Derek Charm for putting together this incredible book. And shout out to Archie Comics. I'm not even shout outs. What am I, an MTV VJ? Who am I, Dave Holmes? Thank you, Archie Comics, though. I'm so enjoying the Archieverse because I know all the major Archie Comics representatives watch my videos. That's why I'm doing this. Thank you. But hold these up much like some cards. Got a royal flush. Thank you for watching. I feel like these should have been the other way. It's fanned that way. This should have been here and that way.